Hey YouTube, so I've got some news concerning airborne death. The Orchard Music has finally responded, and they said that they're upholding their claim. So I went ahead and I sent a message to, I did another look again, and I found Mim Diaplow's Facebook, and it is like, I don't know, he did something 5 hours ago, so he's been active on there recently. So I sent him a message basically saying, hey, I found your song on Freesound, but it was under Creative Commons license. After I got the strike on YouTube, I did some digging and found that probably that its existence on, that the Creative Commons O license and its existence on Freesound might not be legitimate. You know, basically, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, and I want to pay you for this, like however you and the Orchard want. And then I modified the message so I was speaking to the Orchard and referencing that it was Mim Diaplow's song, and I sent them the message as well, because I legit want to pay for this this song. And you know, I was kind of thinking that they would uphold their claim, but also too, at first I was maybe a little bit ticked and annoyed by them. So Vizzo Music, yes I am, and I get that there's a lot of hate coming from the internet, but they seem like a legitimate company. And when I looked on their site this time, I noticed there was an easy section to send them a message. You can send them to an email, or I filled out the form that they had on their thing, their website. And also I just read, and they went into a lot of detail on their site about the YouTube copyright content ID dispute process and how you would go through filing that, and just so that you can do, and the way that they word everything, and it just seemed really, really nice. It seemed like they seriously wanted to actually go through and resolve disputes and whatnot, which is good. I mean, especially with that other case that I mentioned in the last video. I'm actually going to put you guys in the tree. But that other case that I mentioned in the last video, where he said that the guy said that he got his resolved by emailing them, and they could clearly see that what they were claiming copyright for was a obvious cover of the original song. So I have hope that they'll get in touch with me and say something, and maybe it will just be as simple as going on Amazon and paying the 99 cents for it, which I'm totally down to do. And also, interestingly, I didn't notice this when I filed the dispute, and it wouldn't have worked then, obviously, but when I was looking at their site and they showed pictures of how to file a dispute on YouTube and whatnot, and the different rules and how YouTube flags copyright content, one of the options that I noticed was I bought the music, or like I own the CD, DVD, or I bought it, which, that's interesting, and I didn't know that that would count as, you know, being legally allowed to use it. I guess it does depend on who you get it from, but I never thought that anyone would say that that is legal enough to use it and in your project. And it makes sense because, I mean, first of all, if you're just uploading, like, if you have your project with it synced to video and there's no other sounds, it's just the song, you provided one option for somebody to get it, quote-unquote, illegally if they wanted to download the video or other stuff like that. But also, you got to realize that you buy the music and it's being sold as, if you buy it, you now have an MP3 that you can listen to, and you can, you know, play it for your friends. Stop there, please. You know, and they wouldn't necessarily stop if you played it at a very large party or a gathering or, you know, somewhere. They're probably not going to stop a lot of them unless they get really big and it's at an obvious place and there's somebody who informs them of it or something, you know. Stuff like that. So, but it's meant as a listening license. You bought it so you can listen to it. But then once you talk about using it in videos and stuff, it's like, I paid 99 cents, and then what if my YouTube channel gets monetization and I start making money off of this, and I don't know, let's say I make $10 amazingly off of Airborne Death or something with monetization, then they made 99 cents and I made $10, and that's kind of not a fair trade. And there is a point where you do have to kind of sort of come in and set limit to it. You know, when I watched Griffin Hammond, I think I mentioned in the last video about this, when I watched him, wow, there are so many leaves falling off of this cherry tree, but it's not fall, that's weird. But anyways, when I watched his that in one of his videos, their podcast, Hey Indie Film, I think, where he talked about how he, licenses out pieces of his Sriracha documentary. He figures out about how much money or internet revenue, views and stuff they'll make on it. What kind of stuff they're going to receive. And then he goes in and calculates that and then has them pay a price for it. And everything that he said points to that they don't calculate, afterwards what happens. Oh, I thought they were going to make $2,000, but they ended up making more like $4,000. I don't think that that's calculated, or do you go after anybody for it? I think you just kind of pick what's fair. And so I'm hopeful for this because I've been very nice and polite, and I legitimately want to pay them for the piece that I'm using. It's an amazing piece, and I probably would have been good that it happened this way, because I probably would have been less interested in using it back then. But after listening it for so long and actually using it in a film, it's kind of solidified my want to get it. Whereas before, I'm kind of like, I have to buy it to use it. No thanks. There's free stuff out there. But I am more open to buying stuff as I realize larger variety of music too, and specific songs that really catch my interest that I would love to use that specific song. I want to buy it, please. Especially as I'm thinking about larger, more possibly commercial projects and stuff. In the future, I do legitimately want to probably put some of my short films on Amazon, where I'll supposedly make more off of the ad revenue. But it will still be free for you guys to go over to Amazon and watch without having to buy it. I'm hopeful. And another thing too, that, if you have any insight on this down in the comments below, I would love. But this also kind of relates to a question I had recently where, so you do a film project and you're paying your actors. And that's great, and you pick a fair rate and a price. But, movies a lot of times I think maybe make more than the actors made, and all the money gets divvied out and split. But you also, do you wait for the check? Because I believe a lot of actors get paid as you do it beforehand, and especially around here in Utah. A lot of actors, you pay them for their work, and then you go finish your project and release it, and hopefully it makes a lot. But so, what do you do when it makes a whole lot more than you paid them, Is there anything where you go back and say, do you want some extra cash, or do you just leave it at that? I'm sure it varies from case to case, but I'm kind of wondering what the usual is. And for me, certainly, I probably would, if I paid 5 people $100 for 3 days. So that's 500 times 3. I'm not good at math, but... So that's $1,500. Not bad. If I paid them for that, and then, I don't know, let's say I made $2,000, that's a good turnaround. But if I made $3,000, what if, sorry, $2,500, what if I made more like $3,000? And I personally would probably be like, hey, I made some extra, do you want a little bit more? Would you just like to, here, just take a little bit more money for it? So anyways, I am hopeful that this will get resolved, because I'm legitimately going to pay them for it. And, maybe it will be as easy as, hey, hop on to Amazon and buy the song, And it's even on Newgrounds, too, which very confusing, because Newgrounds, I believe it is free to download as well. But it's also on Amazon, and so I wonder if you partner with the distribution service, and then they spread it around, and you kind of just forgot where it was beforehand, maybe. But on Newgrounds, he does say, hey, if you want to use this in your project, contact me and we'll work out the details. So I'm really hopeful for this. This is cool. I'm still going to release Airborne Death before I get this fixed or anything like that. Most likely. Because it's, with the way it's standing right now, I'm okay to use it. And the thing that really actually that I liked, that the Orchard said on their site, was that they, in most cases, they don't want to take down your YouTube video for it. So, which is really good and nice of them, means most likely. And so, going a little bit further than what they said, it probably means, I think they have put advertisements in front of it, which I'm totally fine with. That's a good form of compensation. They'll make some money from those ads, So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're excited for Airborne Death, leave a like down below. If you don't know what Airborne Death is and you're new here, go check out, there's a few trailers, see what other stuff I do, and consider getting subscribed. I will see you guys in whatever is next. Bye.